Under this banyan tree, on the bank of the holy river Ganga, one of the great pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead was enacted. In fact, to commemorate this pastime on our Vaishnava calendar, there is a festival every year. And in most festivals throughout the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Gaudiya mats and other Gaudiya Vaishnava lines, this festival is celebrated with great joy. It is called the Chida Dahi utsav. Generally on our Vaishnava calendar, we find the appearance or disappearance days of the Lord or His devotees. This sounds a bit peculiar for those who are not confidentially understanding the intricacies of our sampradaya. The festival of chipped rice and yogurt. Chipped rice is perhaps the cheapest food you can get. What kind of feast do you have with chipped rice? Chipped rice is what you give beggars. I remember when I was a beggar, living in the role of a sahdu, Himalayas, I was taught this is how you can go into the forest and live for weeks at a time without depending on anyone. You go to marketplace and beg for chipped rice. Everyone will give you chipped rice. If you go to a shopkeeper, that's the cheapest food they have is chipped rice, chida. And you just collect enough to fill a gamcha, about this much, then you go to the forest. You can stay 1-2 months, find a little water, mix it, eat a handful a day, and your food problems are solved. Raghunath Das Goswami was the son of Govardhan Majumadar, nephew of Hiranya, very wealthy people. They were so powerful, so influential. They were like the kings of Saptagram, maintaining the pundits and the learned Brahmins of Nadia and so many other parts of Bengal. They were devotees of Lord Chaitanya. However, they had many material conceptions mixed with their devotional service. And their son, Raghunath Das, he had no inclination toward anything except renunciation and total absorption in Krishna consciousness. Real renunciation is not giving up eating, sleeping, and all wealth. Real renunciation is giving up the false ego and constantly hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord for the pleasure of the Lord. That is renunciation. So it was his aim to leave the world behind with all of its enjoyments and simply absorb himself in service. For that matter, he went to Shantipur at the house of Advaitacharya to meet Lord Chaitanya after he took sannyas. There within his heart, he was committed and determined. I'm going to go to Puri and I'm going to be a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But his parents did not like this idea, so they stopped him in every possible way. In fact, they were trapping him, capturing him. They have 11 guards, 24 hours a day watching him. And every time he'd run away, they'd bring him back. But then he went to see Lord Chaitanya again in Shantipur during one of his journeys to Vrindavan. There Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, do not act like a crazy man. You just perform your duties in such a way that your relatives feel that you're completely attached to the comforts of material life. And be patient. When Krishna's mercy comes, then you will escape. You will be released from material bondage. So he was playing that role for some time. During this era, Raghunath Das Goswami heard the news that Sri Nityananda Prabhu, with his glorious associates, were in Panihati, which is actually not very far from Shaptagar. So he came here with the permission of his parents, with his guards and servants. He came to this very place where all of us are sitting, on the bank of the river Ganga. Under this banyan tree, on a raised platform, Lord Sri Nityananda Prabhu was sitting with his associates. Raghunath Das Goswami from a distance offered his obeisances. He felt that he was too contaminated and unqualified to come close to the Lord. One of the servants of Lord Nityananda Prabhu brought to his attention, there is Raghunath Das. He's offering obeisances from a distance. Sitting under this tree, Nityananda Prabhu spoke. Raghunath, why are you keeping distance from me? You come here now. Raghunath Das felt so humble. He did not come. Then Lord Nityananda Prabhu personally captured him and placed his lotus feet on Raghunath's head. Raghunath Das, keeping distance, hiding, that is the way of a thief. Thus I declare you are a thief, and therefore I have captured you, and I will punish you.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.